All right, we're going to continue on an activity builder. I'm going to show you a couple other ways to add open-ended questioning into Desmos. Another option is to use outside resources and bring them into Desmos and have students completing those problems on Desmos. One way to do this is I'm going to add a new slide here, and I'm going to use the sketch feature here. And there's a couple ways you can do this. One, you can do it using Sketch. Another way, you can do it using an image or media. So we're going to start here. We're going to use a sketch. What we're going to do is we're going to do Math Vens. So if you've never heard of Math Vens, it's a great website. It's actually MathsVens, mathsvens.com. So I'm looking at under topics. You can go to algebra. I went to algebra and inequalities. Here are the inequality math vens that are available. You can always make your own as well, but here's what's available. So I'm going to use, it doesn't matter which one you use, but if you're doing inequalities, you want to use graphs that are similar to what you're doing in class. So I'm going to pick this one. I'm going to right click and say, I'm going to move my head out of the way because it's in the way. I'm going to right click and say save image as. All right, I'm going to save it to the desktop. And here it is. I'm going to leave it right there. I'm going to go to back to Activity Builder here. You notice this button that says background. You click on there, and now you can use either an editable graph. You can use a blank background for students to scribble and draw on, which I'm going to use in the next video. I'm going to show you some open-ended activities that you can do with that blank screen. But anyway, so I'm going to move this, take it from here, drag it to there, and voila, there it is. And now you can ask students, write in 3 answers for each part of the Venn diagram below. So when we preview this, you can see that the students have the options to draw on here, but you know, they usually scribble and it's not really legible most of the time. So the way you can fix that is not allow the drawing. Even though you're doing a sketch, right, you want them to type on it. So here's the way to fix that. So you go to the 3 dots over here and you remove the pencil and the lines and the math because you don't really, well, you could probably use the math part of it because you can get fractions and things like that. But now when you preview it, look, you only have the text option now. That means that they have to write, right? So it's legible. That's the main purpose of doing that. You want it to be legible because you want to be able to read what the students are doing. Okay, so that's one option. Another option will take the same route. It'll be slightly different. You're going to use a media, and you're going to use a free response option. So again, you're going to take that media and drag it in there. Pretty simple. In here, if you want to have a prompt, you should do a computation layer. It's very simple. So you do initial text, and in there you could say, place your 3 answers for section A below. Done. And so now if you preview, you see that. And now we can just duplicate that. So we can copy the component here. And then you go here and you do Control V, Control V, Control V until you have 4 areas. Now notice the computation layer or the coding also went with it. However, it's going to say A, so you're just going to go in and change that to B. You're going to go in and change this to C, and you're going to go in the last one and change it to D. Bam. Done. Here's another option for you. So when students preview, right, they can put all their options for A there, B there, C there, and D there. That way it's very specific as opposed to having them label everything, because they usually tend to not do a very good job. So they would give X comma Y values, it shows right here, as answers for each of these sections. So that's a nice little cool feature, and you can't hit submit until you've answered all 4 of these sections. So that's a great feature. All right, so you can do anything with this. So you can do which one doesn't belong and incorporate that in there. And you can have students circle like the one that they think doesn't belong, and then have an explanation box or extended response box for them. You can do open middle. That's another great open-ended question. Website, math. You can do math talks as well. You can do dot talks. You can do math vens. So there's so much that you can put into Desmos and then have conversations about, because you can see everyone's answers. Or you can have students have group conversations about the answers and whether they think those answers are legitimate or not, and have them report out to the rest of the class. This is a great way to promote the constructivist learning theory, which is, I strongly believe, should be in every math class. All right, so if you have any questions, let me know. You can contact me via email at openitupmath@gmail.com. Thanks.